Going live.
Hi, good morning, everybody, and welcome you all to the Winners Lounge Secrets to Their Success. I'm Vivek Leonard, and I have with me Amanda Taunajam.
Hi everyone. Amanda here.
Today, we have with us the winners of the Educational Building Division, Team Archons, and Team Polymorph as well. These teams are the winners of this division of the first ever Solar Decathlon India. Students worked on an educational building that ranged from primary schools, high schools to college buildings, and the finalists presented their state of the art net zero and climate resilient designs and impressed the educational division jury panels. Today, all of us are here in this Winners Lounge to get to know their secrets to their success stories, memorable experiences, and future plans. Once again, congratulations, all of you guys. You've done a fabulous job. So now we get to the first team, Team Archons. Can you introduce yourselves, gentlemen and lady?
Hello everyone, I am Aman Raj from School of Planning and Architecture, New Delhi. So in the team, I was basically involved in maintaining the indoor air quality and optimizing various strategies to enhance the performance of HVAC as well, while reducing the energy consumption as well as the cost. Yeah.
So I am Dakshil Rana. I'm also from School of Planning and Architecture, New Delhi. My role in the team was taking care of the energy needs and reducing it by using passive effective measures with the help of other people and maintaining business model which can be helpful for both the users and the institutions.
Who wants to go next? Pratyush, we can't hear you. I think you're on mute. No.
Yes, I think Pratish is on.
Oh, no, not yet.
Sheen, do you want to go next?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sheen from School of Planning and Architecture as well. For the competition, I worked on the design and water performance to make our building net zero water, and I also helped work on the market potential.
Thank you. Can we have the next person there on Team Archons?
Yes, hello, I am Sumit Kumar Sharma from SP Delhi, and I am the team leader of the team, the Archons, and works on the architectural design, landscaping, and at large the final report compiling.
Wonderful. So do we have any idea of if Pratyush is on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Pratyush, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Pratyush. I'm also from School of Planning and Architecture. My role in the team was to sort out the MEP, to take out the costing and finance, and also to figure out the resilience for the school building.
Wonderful. Thank you, Team Archons. And audience, please note that Team Archons is not only the divisional prize winner, They're also the winners of the grand prize in the Solar Decathlon India competition. Thank you so much, Team Archons. Now moving on to Team Polymorph. Can you please introduce yourselves?
Yes, so good morning, sir. I'm Shubhadeep Sarkar. I am also from a School of Planning and Architecture. I am the team lead, and I had my inputs in almost all the contests, but mainly I worked on architectural design and spatial layout.
Okay.
So hi everyone, I'm Suprem Nalkun. I'm also from School of Planning and Architecture, Delhi. I mainly did my part in comfort and environmental quality and engineering design and operations in this whole year. Hardik can go now. Hardik.
Yeah, hello. I'm Hardik. I'm also from School of Planning and Architecture, and my main, I would say, my main role was in energy optimization, in envelope designing, and the design builder modeling of our school.
We have Joseph there.
Joseph seems to be frozen.
Joseph? Okay, I guess we're not able to hear Joseph. It looks like a technical problem, but nevertheless, so teams and audience.
And Vivek, one more thing. Everybody here is from SPA Delhi. It looks like a class to me.
Very true. This looks like a competition amongst themselves at SPA Delhi.
In fact, it looks like one of our class meetings.
Wonderful, wonderful. So congratulations again, Team Archons and Team Polymorph. So now we get to the actual exciting segment, which is quizzing you all. So Amanda and I wanted to ask you all a couple of questions. So when I say a couple of questions, these are going to be quite a few questions. And we wanted to see how the answers come from you all. So the first question goes to Team Archons. Are you ready? I don't see an eye.
Yes, we are ready.
Great. So Team Archons, that winning moment, what happened? How did you feel when your team won? You guys were also the grand prize winner. Yeah, Sumit, go ahead.
Yeah, for the divisional jury, we are means too much tensed about that. We have the same two teams from our class also. So we are excited about that when the team names called. So after that, we got to know that we are the means the winner, and we have to also compete in the grand jury. So we are more excited about the grand jury part, and we are got to prepare about that also.
Wonderful. In fact, you guys proposed a net zero school building as an economic model that would benefit the students as well as the institution that is running the school. And by the way, you also articulated the ease at which consumers can make economic decisions about the model. Brilliant. And Team Polymorph, moving on to you. Congratulations on winning the runners-up. How did it feel for y'all when you found out you had won? Team Polymorph.
It was a great feeling because for us it was a challenge as well, and it felt really good that both the teams, and like since we almost worked together for a year, like Archons and us, it was a good feeling. It was very exciting.
Great, wonderful. I mean, both the teams from the same institution, people working together, team building, team bonding. I'm sure you would have experienced it all. So wonderful. Great job, guys. All right.
Right. So now let's move on to the secrets part. So let's figure out what your secrets are. So Team Archons, how did you win this competition? How different was your project from others? Can you tell about that?
Sure. Well, I believe that anything can be achieved by putting in a lot of hard work. And throughout this competition, we did not leave any stone unturned. Even though we were students in third year architecture, but still we put in a lot of efforts. We learned a lot of things. We took help from a lot of people, especially the help provided by Solar Decathlon India itself, and through guidance from others, we were able to achieve what we had. We were really not sure where we stood throughout this competition because we did not know where other teams were, or how they were working, or what they were doing actually. But at the end, we saw that we had in fact done a lot of hard work, and that really paid us off. And finally, we did win the divisional jury.
Great. So hard work is done. So let's check out the secrets from Team Polymorph. How different was your project from others?
Uh, do we have Joseph here? He can
Yeah,
take
yeah.
this question
Yes.
up. Yes, he's here.
I had gotten disconnected earlier. Uh, I think what set our project apart was our approach to the proposal. So instead of trying to retrofit a lot of elements, our goal was to use readily available solutions that were already available near our context. Like Laurie Baker, who once quoted Gandhiji, that the ideal house in the ideal village will be built using materials that are found within a 5 mile radius of the house. So we scaled this concept up to the level of our project and tried to ensure affordability, availability, and feasibility of every aspect of our design. So thereby we tried to show through our project that you can become sustainable and net zero just by efficiently utilizing what's already available around you readily.
Great. Thank you, Joseph. Joseph, would you like to introduce now? Since
Yeah, I am Joseph Matthew. I'm part of Team Polymorph, who were the runners up. I'm from Kerala.
yeah, you can also add what kind of role you played in your project.
Uh, Me, along with Supreme, were part of the HVAC and comfort design of the project.
Great. Thank you, Team Polymorph. I'm sure you guys also had a lot of fun in this 9 months. So let's see how you all work. Like you guys work on a live project, came up with a lot of innovative ideas, and made a really interesting, good pitch to the jury. So, Team Archons, how are you planning to take this project forward, and also as a team? Any plans?
Yeah, for the project, our team is waiting for the when we have to meet with our project partner, and we have to decide that how we are going to take forward this design. But these awards that we are given by the Solar Decathlon gave us the opportunity to explore our team in different and various platforms, as well as in career connection. And we are applying more competition through this same team.
Right. Great. 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 Yeah. Also, Team Polymorph, I'm sure, I mean, you guys submitted a lot of good reports in all the 4 submissions. You guys did a really great job. But like I heard, during the presentation submissions, a lot of challenges that you guys faced. You were almost about to give up. What happened there? What made you motivated and, move forward?
Uh, the challenges were many. First, it was an online semester, so and being an architect student, it's hard to adapt to the online community. So that was a challenge itself. We had difficulties in the initial stages where we couldn't communicate as well as we thought. Then, as a team, we did manage to communicate. Then, secondly, we were also, like Pratyush mentioned, we were also architects. So yes, one of our main challenges was to learn a lot of the engineering concepts by ourselves. We had to spend time separately in order to learn concepts and in order to apply them properly. So yes, that in itself was a challenge. And also during presentation, some of us were affected by the COVID virus. So we were not able to work as a team in our full strength. So that was a really tough time for us, but I think we did manage to really pull it together and be here with you all.
Right. I mean, you guys won, right? That's the
Yes.
big thing. Yeah. Great
Yes.
job. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So now I just want to have a quick conversation with you guys. I know this is not exactly a question, but Team Archons, what about you guys? This conversation is specifically with your team. What was the biggest challenge that you had to deal with to win this competition in this manner that you won it? So I just want to have a conversation with all the team members on Team Archons. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as Shubh rightly said that this was being the online semester was very difficult for us to communicate with each other. So we were not very sure of what the other teammates are up to. So we always decided to like have meets almost every day, so as to have check on each and everyone how they are doing, are they facing any problems or like that. So yeah, this gave us a very good opportunity to interact with us as well, and to work together to know the strengths of each other, and then work according to the brief which we were given to design a net zero energy and water building. So yeah, this was a great opportunity for us to to understand various aspects of this sustainable design, how we have to take it forward, what's the way ahead to understand this and all. So yeah, during the process as well, like our classmates and the faculty and from the SDI team as well, we received a lot of support even from the industry. So we got to know how the industry works. So this was the biggest challenge for us to understand the concepts and then apply it while not knowing it beforehand. When we just were a part of this competition, we had no idea about it at all. Like all of us, we had no idea. We were just introduced to the topic. So from the basic to being the to achieve what we have now is was the most biggest and as well as challenge for us, and a journey, a memorable journey for us as well.
Good one, Aman. Can we have someone else from your team as well to talk about this? And before that person starts, I'd like to say, see, I'm an engineer myself too. And given the little project that I was given in those days, I struggled a lot. And I mean, even though we had a team, there were a lot of issues, etc., that we faced. And we somehow managed to finish it with the thesis and everything. But this kind of teamwork that you showed and demonstrated during the last 1 year, given the situations and the environmental conditions, this was brilliant. So I just want to hear a little more about this from your team members as well. Dakshil, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Dakshil, what about you? What do you feel? What was your biggest
So,
challenge with the team, and how did you deal with it and come to this winning point where you're sitting here today?
so for me, if I would say my particular experience, personal experience, it was hard to communicate basically. So when we are together, we know how to work and we can sit together and work and process something and do something like that. But in online thing, we had to give more time than what we give in offline. And so we had to have daily meets, and we almost did like in between D3 and D4, we almost had 3-4 hours long meets at a go or in breaks and somewhere like that to take care of what work we are doing, it is going on. And Sumit, a leader, which he also, when we divided our group in small chunks, he used to come in all the meets to see how they are working, are they working, the process going on is going good or not, and stuff like that. So yeah, the biggest challenge was, apart from what Aman and Shubh said, to learn the technical things and all, the online thing was a challenge, and we managed somehow to get till here.
Good, good, good. Thanks, Dakshil. Thanks. Sheen, what about you?
Yeah, like Dakshil just said, I think the biggest problem for us was to communicate with each other. And since there were so many aspects to work on in the competition, the whole team was divided. So it was hard to catch up with who's working on what and where they are and what stage they are. So we obviously had to do really long meets for that every day so that everyone is aware of what's happening in the team. And apart from that, even like Aman and Shub said, the learning process was really difficult. It was, first of all, since we're all of us here are just third year architecture students, this was our first time designing a sustainable building. This is the first time we learned about all the passive and active strategies and everything. And it was difficult for us to do the research and find resources to learn and educate ourselves on how to apply those in a real building. Even our faculty, they couldn't help us much there since they are also architects and weren't aware of the engineering part. So we got to help. We got a lot of help from the modules and the TRG members as well, and we had to reach out to a lot of industry partners. We found a few nice industry partners who really guided us through the process and told us how things are done in real life. And we acquired a lot of skills during that process.
Excellent. So coming to you, Sumit, as a team lead, I'm sure you had double the challenges as the others would have had. How did you handle it?
The main problem was the coordination amongst us. So from the beginning of this competition, we actually identify all those skills that each one have. So we actually divide works according to that. And after that, we also have a benchmark set from the previous year works that, yeah, we have to do up till this amount of work. And but we have also in mind that we have to go above this so that we have to stay in this competition. So at every stage, and D4, D2 means every stage, we are trying to overachieve those targets. So this is our main, we would say that main secret that we are come upon this.
Brilliant, brilliant. I haven't heard from one person on your team. Can that person also talk about this?
Yeah.
Yes, Pratish, go ahead.
So when we started this competition, we did not know the depth of the competition that we would be going on, and definitely it was a challenge to understand what exactly the competition is about and what all it is expecting from us. Not being able to meet, not being able to draw on a piece of paper, not being able to communicate with others were definitely a big challenge, and we tried a lot. We gave in a lot of time to compensate for the lack of uh, ability to meet with each other. And yes, it was very difficult to manage such a large team. And credit goes to team leader. He managed really good coordination among all of us and had everything in his hands all the time. So yeah.
Brilliant. And I'm sure, guys, without an engineer as well, right?
Yeah, and also we were also always motivated to see, and I mean, seeing them so excited, seeing their work. Like we ourselves were motivated from you guys. Yeah, it's really awesome.
That's the fire we loved. That's the fire
Yeah.
we loved, Team Archons and Team Polymorph as well. So just jumping across to Team Polymorph. Thank you, Team Archons. Team Polymorph, I mean, what were your expectations? I'm going to talk about expectations now. What were your expectations when you decided to participate? One. And number two, were there any surprises that jumped at you? Team Polymorph. And again, this is a conversation. Go ahead.
I want to say something about it. So what was surprising was that there is so much of back and forth and so much of research required for getting started with something. So for us, getting started with energy and HVAC to a level that things are going correct enough, that was the biggest challenge. Like to get that kind of flow in our design builder modeling, in our, I would say, and there were some things we were comfortable with, which is architectural design, obviously, because we have been doing that. But this engineering part was like a whole new sphere. But what I feel we achieved from this is we have a much better understanding of energy, of shading devices, and of these systems than an architect usually has at this stage. So I think that was a big positive that we achieved through this struggle.
Yeah. Anybody else want to add on to what Hardik said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So like after we finished our second year, we were really kind of mentally ready for our third year as in our normal curriculum, doing 2 projects, architectural projects, all ready for that. When we were suddenly introduced to Solar Decathlon, we really had no idea. We were like, how is this gonna go with our curriculum? What are we actually gonna do? And in the end, many of us didn't actually end up even doing architectural design. So we did no architectural part and finished our third year of architecture. So it was really fun and like did not expect that to happen, but it came out nice.
So do you guys feel like you guys are now engineers as well? Like architect come engineers.
A
So
dual
any
degree.
specific, yeah, dual degree. So any specific stories do you guys have, like a fun story or any surprising stories that through this competition to share with
Like
us?
it, all the fun was during like our team. We generally were used to staying up at nights. We used to have our sessions from 2 at the night till 6 in the morning. So that was our kind of time when we used to research, sit together. It was really fun. Like at the initial stages, especially, like we had no idea at all what we were looking at. Like so lost, so lost. We used to just read, then go to our faculty next classes and be like, this is what we have tried to compile this in our brain. Like we have this content, put it in us. So that was really fun sessions.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. So Team Archons, coming to you, you had 12 teams from your college, and this competition was part of your third year studio. It was actually part of your curriculum. Can you tell us something about how this studio was different from the other years?
So at the start of our third year, the whole batch, all the sections of our third year were divided into 12 teams, and all of us participated in this decathlon competition. So in a regular year, if we were going to college, we would have studied sustainability as a topic in third year, but a normal class, normal session would have ended at architectural design, and that's all. We usually do not go in so much detail. But this year, we broke all the barriers of the conventional classes that we had, and we went way beyond what we would have usually done in a normal year. So we really did deep research on the HVAC, the performance, energy simulations, comfort, resilience, finance, which one could not have thought, and neither the people who have already studied through third year have knowledge about all of this. So this year was definitely very different from any other regular year, and since all the students were participating, it was really understanding for each other, and we had a kind of mutual discussion among others. Okay, what they are using, what technology they are using, how they are researching. So we did have a good pool of people whom we could discuss whatever strategies we were thinking about. So it also helped us a lot in giving us a stand of where we were actually in among all the colleges that we had, all the teams that had participated.
Great, wonderful, wonderful.
Great. So, what about like you guys worked so much hard? You guys also did research. You guys became engineers, etc. But what made you, drive this? Like, is it your teamwork? Is it your faculty? Can you guys add something on that, Team Archons?
So we can say it probably is teamwork apart, and then the urge to learn something new and just go on researching. The what we can say is perfecting up topic, picking it up, and means even if it is new, like our many of the team members just pick up many things that were not even being taught in this uh, architecture program itself. For example, myself, I took up the business part and I tried so many things, so much research about it to create some reasonable and usable thing. So yeah, that is teamwork.
So it's the
I can say
excitement
teamwork
that
is the
drives,
teamwork and
right?
excitement.
Teamwork and the excitement, right?
Yeah.
Great.
If
Yeah.
I
So
could
team,
add here, like what actually motivated us was in the start of our curriculum, we actually got to make our own teams. So we made it with the most comfortable people we had in our college. So when we created 12 teams, it was like competition between group of us. It really kept us motivated throughout the year. Of course, 9 months is a very long session. You get worn out somewhere in between. But us competing between each other, trying to prove what we can do, that was
Right.
really fun in between our
Right.
classes.
So do you think if you had somebody you're not comfortable with in your team, would it have been different then?
Like it would have been more difficult. Obviously, like we said, it was online, hard to communicate in the first place. But us having very people we already knew and very comfortable with, we can call up it even at night and be like, "Yo, get to work, got a grind." So that was fun.
And
Okay.
like I wanted to add something. So at least this was for me. So I was doing the main design build and modeling. So the thing is, in architecture also we do work, but there's something that we are repeating. Like we know how we have to do it. But I think there was an excitement of learning a new software, like which I think if I wasn't a part of Solar Decathlon, I would never even have known about it throughout my life. So I think that also really drove me towards doing this work, that kind of learning a brand new thing.
Yeah, yeah, right. So lots of excitement, teamwork. It sounds like a lot of fun. I feel like I want to be part of your team right now. Yeah, good. So let's move on to Team Polymorph. So you guys had like three formats of submissions, right? Report submissions, then movie submissions, then presentations. So how did you guys kind of, group yourselves or work on these three formats?
Okay, I'll take that up. So the three submission, report, movie, and making a presentation. The report, I would say, was the easier bit because we had three submissions before that. So we as a team were quite used to that format of presenting. So that wasn't really a challenge. The movie was a challenge because not all of us were, equipped to be able to make a movie. Some of our group members were, so we had to kind of, convey our ideas to them, and they had to figure it out how to translate that into a movie. So that in itself was, again, communication, sitting together, working it out between ourselves. So yes, that was a challenge, and the online presentation was something we were earlier used to it. So again, that wasn't as big of a deal as the movie was. So the real challenge was the movie making, and the rest were comparatively easy.
I'd like to add over there that having so many submissions and so many sub-submissions, it really does take a toll on the team. So it's very normal, especially for the next batch of students that come in. It's very normal for them to get tired of working, and it's very normal for them to have days where they find it difficult to work through. So I think one thing our team managed to do really well was to not let ourselves go for 2 days in a row. So if we if one of the days we felt like not working too much, we made sure that the next day we did get back to work. So I think when you let yourself go for 2 days in a row, that's when you really lose your progress.
Right, that's very true, Joseph. I mean, you guys also need break in between, right? Great. Um, so this is for both the teams here. I mean, we are going to launch Solar Decathlon India 2021, 2022 in July. Um, do you guys have any kind of advice for the students participating this year? Maybe Team Archons can go first.
Yeah, I can say that before entering in this competition, first go through the brief, because some of me are not interested, and means that's the part. And before deciding your team, make sure that you have multidisciplinary members in your team, and also have a good communication and coordination skill in between them, because managing a team in the online system, because next year also it's online competition, so it's really challenging. So make sure that your team has a good coordination, and at last the hard work is the only way to stay in this competition. No matter what, your a competition is included in academics or not, you have to spend time on that. Average in weekly or anytime you have to spend. That's it.
Right, great. That's a
What
very good
about Team
advice.
Polymorphs?
Yeah.
Uh,
So
okay, so
yeah.
I'll go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, I would emphasize on having a multidisciplinary team. Like that is the one of the most important criteria of even surviving in this. And secondly, I hope it's offline for them, because if it is an online, then itself is a challenge again, apart from SDI. So if it is online, then yes, frequent meets, breaking that communication barrier, getting ideas across, that also would be a challenge. And no, well, that's all from my side, I think. So Prem can continue.
Like, and the thing what I would like to say, like, for the people who are taking up the competition next year, like, we generally talk about all having all this global issues of and the modern global problems we have. It's generally just the talking and never actually understanding and having a feel of it. Like, competing in this competition actually kind of made us feel in a tangible way. Like, we could see the impact we could make. Like, it was really a real world experience. Like, the decisions we make, we could see the effects of it. Like, we were getting its results and looking. So it was all in tangible form and made us realize what kind of impact we could make. That that kind of was an eye opener.
That's a really good thought. That's really good advice as well.
Yeah,
So
so
this, yeah, go ahead, Amanda.
participating next year, that's how you do it.
Absolutely. So, Team Archons, this question is for you. You guys are also selected for the incubation hub. Are you excited about the incubation program, and what are your expectations from this program?
Yeah, we're really looking forward to learning all that we can about turning our innovation that we came up for this competition into a green business and actually have a positive impact on the environment. So, being in an architecture college, we never acquired the knowledge or skills required to build our own business. So, we have high hopes from their boot camp and the coaching sessions, and we can't wait to start learning. And apart from the learning part, we think it will also provide us with the platform to connect with other people working in the global green tech community and also with investors and corporates. We've never done anything like this before. This is like a very nice opportunity for us, and we believe it will be a real transforming experience.
Brilliant, wonderful. And also, Team Archons, tell us a little bit about your fiber optic lamps that use sunlight and the bamboo modules for flex spaces in schools. Somebody on Team Archons?
So let me go.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's it.
yeah, so the optical fiber lamps use sunlight to provide light in these spaces that cannot get natural light easily. So it works on the concept of focusing light in one path and then redirecting it to the areas where it is needed. It yeah. So we are focusing the light by using convex lens and connecting that unidirectional path in the fiber optic cables, which works on the phenomenon of total internal reflection and saves much of its own light energy. Means it cannot it doesn't dissipate the energy that by during the internal reflection, and it comes out from the other way to the rooms whichever are not getting sunlight, and
Yeah.
this can save almost all the lighting loads that are
Right. I mean,
being
even the jury found it so interesting that you guys are moving forward with this idea in the incubation hub as well, right? I
yeah.
mean, all the best, guys. I think it's really going to be interesting to look at your final product or, final
Yeah.
outcome. Yeah. Um, so this is again, I mean, teams, you guys have really done a great job. So after participating in this competition, Do you guys have any kind of message to the future generations to address climate change?
I'll
Should
take
we
this
go
one, I
with you
guess.
first? I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
so like we already know, the environmental conditions around the globe are already depreciating at a very alarming rate. And if it goes on like this, it is the younger generation of today who will face the worst effects. And sometimes we might be told that we're too young to know about the risks and realities of climate change, and we're too young to take an action. But we have grown up with more exposure to its adverse effects than any of the older generations. So it's our responsibility to bring all that we've learned, all that about sustainability we've learned. It's our responsibility to bring that to life, because we are the last generation that can end climate change. And this is our opportunity to shape our own future. And all of our efforts are the most important.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you, Sheen. That
Right.
was definitely insightful. All
Yeah. What
right.
about next
So,
team? Any thought or message?
yep.
Team Polymorph. Would you like to add
So
something?
yeah, for the climate part, I would want to say that there was this one thing when we were searching for our climate analysis, we use EPW files. So the EPW files have data of years 1995 or 1990. So the thing is that what we need to understand now, when we compare it with today's climate, it has changed a lot from that time, because 30 years is a big period. So I think we need to understand that buildings have a very long uh, life. So whenever we are designing, we can't very accurately measure what would happen in the future. So our building should be flexible enough so that considering some broad circumstances that could occur, the building could adapt to it or be easily retrofitted to meet the requirements. So I think that is one thing that we didn't do in this competition, looking at the further future, and that would be the next step after this, which could have a really great impact on architectural thinking as school. So, yeah.
Right. Great thinking out there, Hardik. Um, so finally, last question. Have you guys found a special place for your award trophy? Yeah.
That was a question, folks.
Great. Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
seems
right now we
like
didn't.
everybody has a secret place thinking in their mind. Yeah, so I mean, it was great talking to you guys. It was really fun. I mean, you guys shared a lot of stuff with us. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining and sharing your experience. Um, it was fun to interact with you all. You guys have done a really great job. I mean, even during the pandemic, right? And have really set a high expectations for students participating next year. So all the best to them. And we have seen your work, I mean, done by you guys. It's amazing and inspiring. And like, Ashok Lal said, we really look forward to our future in the hands of you all, who is the young leaders of not for net zero. So thank you, guys. Any last thought that anybody wants to add, or message, or somebody?
I think right now, after this for edition of the SDI, most of the colleges who will participate, they will already have had one of the teams that have participated in SDI this year already. So now they have a very close contact in their own college, and I think they should use us and reach out to us, because now we have a lot of experience resolving a lot of challenges we faced, so we can help them resolve theirs too.
Great. Yeah, definitely.
And I would also like to say this, that HDI also kind of opened up many questions for us to further answer and relook at probably in our course further later. because it was not the end of all the aspects of the building science, surely. When this was presented, a lot of things which we didn't know was introduced, but it also came along with a lot of things which weren't in the brief, which also came along with that, like what would happen if the building cycle ended, how would you relook, like looking way far beyond that's really interesting, and kind of I personally kind of am interested to take up this stuff in my future studies, so it gives us a lot of opportunities.
Also, if I may
Right.
add, I think the whole competition had an everlasting impact on all of us in terms of designing, as in we architects. I mean, I'm sure from here on, every time we design a conventional building, we wouldn't approach it in the same manner we would have approached it if we didn't take part in the competition. You know, at the back of our head, we would always have this thought of going sustainable, having, making a less impact to your building, and that would happen, involuntarily now. It's always, so I think that was a very important impact, and I think that should be something everybody should take in account. Like, it's a choice whether you want to make a sustainable building or you're not. But I think after this competition, it's no more a choice. It's like, that's how you design. So yes, I think that
Right.
that impression is on all of us.
Right. I mean, I'm happy to hear from you guys that it really made an impact, I mean, this competition, because that was actually our intention, right? Right. I mean, really good. So now, I mean, everyone, thank you so much once again, and stay safe. But don't forget, the audience to join us at 4 p.m. for our next winners lounge session for office building division. So stay tuned and bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good one there.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.